The museum grew out of work I had been doing in the years just prior to it. This work involved superimpositions of images over environments or models. One Saturday afternoon, I was sitting in my shop, and I had actually placed an acrylic box over something I had made to keep dust off the electronics, actually. And I realized, well, wait a minute, that looks like a museum vitrine. And then essentially an avalanche of ideas buried me with this notion of the museum. And in about a 2-hour time, I was writing as quickly as I could writing down all of these thoughts that were just bubbling out of God knows where. And there was enough work in that to keep me busy for the first 5 years of the museum. In the very earliest days of the museum, I had a notion or a sense that now, as I look back on it, seemed almost like an act of hubris. I wanted to know, I was compelled to know, what would happen if a person put everything they had, all of their emotional, financial, spiritual resources behind a single project. How would the universe respond? We had no idea if people would come to the museum, and for the longest time, nobody did come to the museum. It was literally years before there was enough of a flow of people to feel like this wasn't an utterly crazy idea. Over time, it's just this slow graduation, it became apparent that there was something in the work that we were doing that was on some level of value to a large body of people. And some of those people got stuck, couldn't leave. Those people became a group of, I guess, what a normal institution would call staff, of about 8 people, just extraordinarily splendid human beings. And our work is highly collaborative. There's almost always kind of an ionosphere of ideas that hover around all of us. And maybe 6, 8, 10 ideas at a time. Somehow, and we've never really understood this process, some will gain greater critical mass. It's almost like they fall and present themselves to us as ideas that need to be realized. We're just desperately trying to follow and catch up. The thing that we've discovered is that we're essentially doing half the work and the visitors are doing the other half. In other words, I think the museum is a significantly different experience for almost every visitor. So we definitely shy away from saying what we expect or hope people come away with. I think the one thing that we can say is that we feel we've succeeded if there is some sense of being inspired. If we could say that we want to impart anything to the visitors, I think the thing we would say is we'd love to impart inspiration.